Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So I'm having a look at the forecast prediction market. So I looked at it quite a bit when it came out. I haven't looked at it actually for probably a couple of months now. So I thought a quick refresh would be in order. So it's a prediction market running on the Ronin blockchain. Actually comes from the community gaming group who were sort of involved in esports before they did this forecast prediction platform. And when it started out, it was actually sort of quite focused on obviously Ronin. You can see a whole bunch of sort of Ronin related questions here. Will the RON token hit $10 in 2025? Seems pretty unlikely at the moment. Obviously this one will run till 2025. Will the Roki token hit a $10 million market cap? Also, yeah. But we can also see there's a whole bunch of other stuff coming in here. So we can see over time, you obviously sort of find, as a product, you sort of decide what you're going to launch and what sort of things you're going to do. But then your community sort of decides what they want to actually spend money on. So here we're looking at volume. Is this the right way around? So this one is not volume because it's only $400, but this one here is actually these are not done by volume at all. But anyway, so you can see here there's a whole bunch of other things, so particularly stuff like sort of streamers and things. And actually, we can see here what new categories we've been here. So Mr. Beast and some esports stuff. So quite a lot of new stuff here, and then some. You can see here people are being able to create their own market, so it's probably something I need to look at because I'm quite interested in that sort of stuff. But we can see here there's the UFC fighting, and then there's baseball, obviously big for Americans, Ronin ecosystem. Still quite a bit of stuff here actually, but some of this sort of goes on. I mean, so yeah, some of this is quite recent. So this is just today, isn't it? Esports is pretty big. Sports will be those ones. So crypto prices, that's sort of one which is going to be Ronin as well, but also look at something like Bitcoin, streamers, general gaming, which I think will be esports, and then web gaming, which is mainly all the stuff that's on Ronin. So yeah. So if we look at actually sort by volume, see if this sort of comes up again. Because maybe I'm clicking on that reset filters active, and now do volume. Is that giving us no? It's not doing that, is it? Anyway, we look at expiring, so which ones are actually sort of finishing now. That one's actually sort of presumably it's happened yesterday. So the other thing I was going to look at is I had, if I look at my portfolio here, so this is in effectively USDC. So I've got about $200 worth and about $3.6 in cash. It's actually their credit system, so it's not actually USDC, but that's effectively what we can look at. So we can see here, I've not done very much, but so I've done $400 in volume. So obviously that's sort of recycling money that you've won and put it back into. So this is what my portfolio is worth at the moment. So sort of the positions I've taken. My profit is $23, so it's 10%. I mean, it's not awful. I was saying 6% here, because I've probably withdrawn some as well. So anyway. 72 predictions traded, so they've not done anything for a while. They have this token here as well, which is not really worked out very well for them because they launched it and the price just went massively down as everything did at the start of the year. So not quite sure what's going on with these stake tokens. You could stake the tokens and get rewards. I'm not sure that's working at the moment because just the token hasn't worked out. But the majority of the stuff, cleverly, they've basically done stable coins. So that's the interesting thing here. So one thing I could do here is a whole bunch of these. So this one here was, will Ronin break 1 million daily active addresses in H1 2025. So obviously that's finished because it's half year, so that was the end of June. So obviously it didn't. So I've actually made $54 here, so that's not bad. So I bet no. I bet no at 29 cents, and obviously these bets either go to 0 or 1. So this one's gone to 1. And this one here is that one we just looked at. Will RON hit $10 in 2025? So it's currently at basically 89% against. So I bet at 64%. So you can sort of work out the maths on that. But they have a nice thing here. Previously, you had to redeem all your positions, whereas you redeemed your positions. So basically, get the money out of things you had won effectively, but some of them you could have lost as well. Now you can redeem all positions. So this is a much better way of doing it. So we click on here, and we can see. So this will claim all my eligible markets. So I'll get basically close down those markets and get 117 effectively dollars. So we can see here the one I will win most on is this one. Will the RON market cap be higher than the AXS token? So you can see the sort of the ones that I won on. Some of them I didn't win on all of them. So it sort of redeems positions even if you basically, these are bets that I can't remember what they are, but these are bets that I lost effectively. So let's hit confirm on that, and it's going to sign through on this. So I've signed in with the Ronin Waypoint, which is their email wallet. You can sign in with the normal RON wallet now as well. So there we go. So we can see here one transaction going through the Ronin blockchain. So hopefully that's happened now. So hopefully now. Let's see. Another thing to actually look at is it is sort of quite complicated how you can cash out. So depositing is obviously easy, but to withdraw, you withdraw from the sort of the in-game wallet. So you can see how. So my credit balance has now gone up to $120, but it's actually in their credit. One credit equals $1. So I have to, if I put in my platform credits here. No, it's not doing that. Anyway, put my what I want to change from platform credits into USDC. Yeah, it says you have to complete all 3 quests and trade at least the amount you claimed. I think I've traded the amount I've claimed, so that should be fine. But you can see here, I have to do these quests. So this is a sort of a way of, I say forcing people to do certain things. So if I go to quests here, there's always 3 quests that basically you have to do. You have to have completed them. So we can see here. Oh wow, this is a bit different from what I had before. Now I think these are the quests here. So you see I've done one of them. I've made one winning trade. I need to predict the correct outcome in 1 market this week, and make a trade in 4 markets this week. So I have to complete those. And obviously they have their own rewards attached to them, but I also have to do this if I want to hit the withdraw option, in which, because basically they're letting me trade their in-game currency, which they call credits, and then they're going to give my account USDC. So this is a non-crypto thing off-chain, and this will then give me USDC, and then I can withdraw the USDC to my Ronin wallet, and you can see there's a minimum of $30 as well. So it is a bit sort of convoluting. Obviously, they want to sort of put some friction in there. They don't want to, if it's your money, they can't sort of, they can't put too much friction in there. Otherwise, people clearly won't be interested in putting money in if it's really hard to get it out. But that's sort of the system at the moment. So my portfolio actually is still staying the same. So even though I've traded all those accounts, traded all those orders, positions, it's still, the portfolio value is still the same, but now it's gone into cash. So now if I wanted to, which is what obviously they would like me to do, I don't know anything about UFC. If I could go into something I might know about the Ronin ecosystem, I could then go in and do some predictions around this, because now I've got $120 in. So that's sort of the way the sort of system goes. The other thing I will need to look at is how I can set up my own predictions, but I think that's still something you have to do. You can't just do that as a self-serve. You have to do that by talking to them, and certain people they're letting do that at the moment. But I think that's sort of the end state, and that'll be quite interesting, because I like setting markets like that. I like setting predictions. So that'll be sort of what I would like to do. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.